It's late at night. You're lying in bed. The room is quiet, but your mind isn't. One thought appears, then another. Then suddenly, you're replaying something you said 3 days ago. Why did I say that? What if they think I'm weird? What if I made a mistake? You try to stop thinking, but the more you try, the louder your mind becomes. If this feels familiar, you're not alone. Many adults feel like they are trapped inside their own thoughts. Not physically stuck, but mentally. It feels like your mind is running on a loop. Today, we're going to explore the psychology of adults who feel stuck in their thoughts, why it happens, what your brain is actually trying to do, and how this habit might secretly contain a hidden strength. What does it mean to feel stuck in your thoughts? Feeling stuck in your thoughts is often connected to something psychologists call rumination. Rumination means repeatedly thinking about the same problem, mistake, or worry without reaching a solution. Instead of solving the issue, the mind keeps replaying it. Think of it like a mental hamster wheel. You're moving constantly, but going nowhere. Research from the American Psychological Association shows that rumination is strongly linked to anxiety and stress. But interestingly, it also appears more often in people who are highly reflective and analytical. In other words, people who think deeply are more likely to get caught in their thoughts. Your brain isn't trying to torture you. It's trying to figure something out. The problem is, sometimes the brain forgets to stop. 1. Your brain is trying to protect you. One surprising reason people get stuck in their thoughts is self-protection. Your brain constantly scans for mistakes, threats, or social risks. Thousands of years ago, this ability helped humans survive. If someone in the tribe made a social mistake, it could mean exclusion, and exclusion used to mean danger. So the brain developed a habit: replay events to avoid future mistakes. That's why you might replay conversations in your mind. Your brain is asking, did I say something wrong? How can I do better next time? From a survival perspective, this makes sense. But modern life creates a problem. Instead of analyzing real dangers, the brain starts analyzing every small detail: a short conversation, a facial expression, a tiny mistake. Your mind keeps digging, even when there's nothing useful left to find. 2. Overthinking feels like problem solving. Another reason people get mentally stuck is because thinking feels productive. Your brain believes that if it keeps thinking long enough, it will eventually discover the perfect answer. But this often becomes a trap. Psychologists call it analysis paralysis. The brain gathers more and more information, but never moves to action. For example, you want to send an important message, but instead of sending it, you rewrite it 5 times. You want to make a life decision, but instead of choosing, you keep researching endlessly. At first, it feels responsible, but slowly, thinking replaces living, and the mind stays stuck. 3. Emotional memories get looped. Another interesting psychological reason involves how the brain stores emotional memories. When something emotional happens, especially embarrassment, regret, or fear, your brain marks it as important. The amygdala, the brain's emotional center, signals that this moment needs attention. So the brain replays it again and again. It's like a mental reminder saying, don't forget this lesson. But sometimes, the brain overlearns the lesson. Instead of learning once and moving on, it keeps replaying the memory long after the lesson is already learned. That's why many adults think about things that happened years ago. Your brain thinks it's helping, but it doesn't realize the replay button is stuck. 4. Highly intelligent and sensitive minds do this more. Here's something surprising. People who feel stuck in their thoughts are often deep thinkers. Studies from the University of Michigan found that individuals who ruminate more tend to score higher in analytical thinking and emotional awareness. They notice details others miss. They process emotions deeply. They reflect on meaning. These are powerful mental abilities. But like any strength, they can become overwhelming without balance. Imagine having a microscope for a brain. You see everything clearly, but sometimes you zoom in too much, and small things begin to look huge. 5. Your brain can change. The good news is that your brain is incredibly adaptable. A concept called neuroplasticity explains that the brain can form new thinking patterns throughout life. Every time you interrupt an overthinking cycle, you weaken that old mental pathway. And every time you shift attention to action or the present moment, you strengthen a healthier one. Simple habits can help. Pause and notice when your mind starts looping. Ask yourself one question: is this helping me solve something? If the answer is no, gently redirect your attention. Go for a walk. Write your thoughts down. Focus on something physical around you. This signals the brain that the analysis phase is complete. Over time, the mind learns to let go sooner, a hidden strength. Here's the twist most people don't realize. The same mind that gets stuck in thoughts is often the same mind that can understand people deeply. It's the mind that reflects, the mind that notices patterns, the mind that asks meaningful questions. When guided properly, this kind of thinking becomes wisdom. The goal isn't to stop thinking. It's to stop living inside your thoughts all the time. Your thoughts are tools. They're not your home. You can visit them, learn from them, and then step back into the real world. So if you sometimes feel stuck in your thoughts, remember this. Your brain isn't broken. It's powerful. It just needs practice learning when to pause the loop. And when you learn that skill, your thoughts stop being a cage and start becoming one of your greatest strengths. If this video resonated with you, make sure to like and subscribe for more psychology insights. And I'm curious, do you ever catch yourself stuck in a thought loop? Share your experience in the comments.